Okay, in section 7.2, we're going to learn how to solve systems using substitution. In the last lesson, 7.1, we learned how to solve systems by using graphing. So here we're going to solve using substitution. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve one of the two given equations for one of the variables. It doesn't really matter which one. Then we'll substitute that expression into the other equation in place of the variable we solved for. All right, let me help that make a little bit of sense. In problem 1, we have y is equal to 3x. Now what we know about equations is what's on the left is exactly the same as what's on the right. So what this means is y is the same as 3x. Okay, y is the same as 3x. So in this equation where we see y, we're going to put 3x in its place. So I'm going to have x plus y is the same thing as 3x. That told us that over here. Y is equivalent to the same as 3x. So in the place of y, I'm going to plug in 3x. All right, so I have x plus 3x is equal to negative 32. So 1x plus 3x is 4x. And then I'm going to solve for x by dividing by 4. So x is 32, negative 32 divided by 4 is negative 8. All right, now when I solve systems of linear equations, I have my solution when I graphed them, that point of intersection was an ordered pair. So when I find that x is equal to negative 8, am I finished? No, because I'm looking for a solution that is an ordered pair. So I have the negative 8 part, but I still need the y value. Well, here I have this equation that says y is. So this would be a good one to use to figure out what y is. Y is 3 times x. Well, what do I know that x is? I've already figured out over here that x is negative 8. So y is 3 times negative 8, which is negative 24. And this is the solution to that system. Okay. All right, here we have y is 2x plus 7 and y is x minus 1. Well, when I have two equations that are both solved for y, I can set the two parts equal to each other. So I can say that 2x plus 7 is equal to x minus 1. Okay? Because these are both equal to y, so they have to be equal to each other. 2x plus 7 is y, x minus 1 is equal to y, so 2x plus 7 must be equal to x minus 1. Now I'm going to solve for x. Subtract x from both sides. So I have x plus 7 is equal to negative 1. Now I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. X is negative 8. All right, so I know that the solution is an ordered pair, negative 8 something. Now I'm going to figure out what y is. Well, I'm going to go back to one of these equations. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to use y is equal to x minus 1. In the place of x, I'm going to put negative 8. So y is equal to negative 9. Now, I could have used this equation over here. I'm going to show you. You're going to get the same answer. Y is equal to 2x plus 7. If I put negative 8 in the place of x, and I get y is equal to negative 16 plus 7, then that also gives me that y is equal to 9. So it doesn't matter when you go to solve for your second variable which equation you use. Either one of those will work. All right, so then the solution to this system is negative 8, negative 9. All right, so we're still going to use substitution, and we've got 3y plus 4x is equal to 14, and negative 2x plus y is equal to negative 3. Well, neither one of these are solved for y. So I'm going to solve one of them for y. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to solve this equation for y because here y is by itself in the fact that it doesn't have a coefficient. So it'd be easy to add 2x to both sides and get y is equal to 2x minus 3. Okay? If we had solved for y or x in this equation, they both have a coefficient, so we would have had to have divided by something. All right, so now that I know y is 2x minus 3, I'm going to take what y is and plug it here in the place of y. So I'm going to say 3 times y is 2x minus 3, plus 4x is equal to 14. All right, now I'm going to solve this for x. First, I have to distribute. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Keep everything else. Combine like terms. 6x plus 4x is 10x minus 9 is equal to 14. Add 9 to both sides. I get 10x is equal to 23. Divide by 10. And x is equal to 2.3. So I know the x is 2.3. Now I got to figure out what y is. So I'm going to put this back in this equation in the place of x. So y is equal to 2 times 2.3 minus 3. Y is equal to 4.6 minus 3. And y is equal to 1.6. So the answer here is 2.3, 1.6. All right, here I'm going to solve this one for x because x doesn't have a coefficient. So I'm going to subtract 3y, and I'm going to have x is equal to negative 3y minus 7. Now x is 3y minus 7, so I'm going to put that in the place of x. So 6y plus 5 times x, which is negative 3y minus 7. Now to solve that, I'm going to use distributive property. So I'm going to say 6y minus 15y minus 35 is equal to 8. Combine like terms. 6 minus 15 is negative 9y. Minus 35 is equal to 8. Add 35. Negative 9y is equal to 43. So I need to divide by negative 9. And I get y is equal to 43 divided by negative 9 is negative 4.778. Or I can change that to a fraction and I get negative 4 7/9. The decimal's fine. Now I've got to solve for x. So I'm going to go x is equal to negative 3 times y. Well, y is negative 4.778 minus 7. So times negative 3 is 14.333 minus 7, which is going to be 7.333. So that's 7.333 negative 4.778. And in Math Excel, it'll tell you if it wants it as a fraction or a decimal. So you'll know how to enter your answers in Math Excel. All right, a couple more examples. Here, x, the first equation's already solved for x, so I'm just going to use this to go in the place of x here. So that's going to be 3.5 times negative 2y plus 4 plus 7y is equal to 14. It's going to be negative 7y use distributive property. 3.5 times 4 is 14, plus 7y is equal to 14. Negative 7y, positive 7y is 0, so I'm left with 14 is equal to 14. All right, well, is 14 equal to 14? Yes, always. So when this is always true, then your answer is infinitely many solutions. Okay? 14 is always equal to 14. So that's infinitely many solutions. All right, and the last one for today, y is equal to 3x minus 11. We're going to put that in the place of y. So 3x minus 11 minus 3x is equal to negative 13. Positive 3x, negative 3x is 0, so that's negative 11 is equal to negative 13. Well, this is never true. Negative 11 is not equal to negative 13. So if it's never true, the answer is no solution.